And now, ladies and gentlemen, you were promised a freak show. You were promised the strange and the unusual, the twisted, not for the faint of heart or weak of stomach. So, I give you a warning right now. For anybody who is faint of heart, that faints at the sight of blood, who is prone to seizures, or is pregnant, I better leave the room right now.
Ja sam Ana Laco, dolazim iz Rijeke i ja sam osnovala prvi tim za suspenzije na području bivše Jugoslavije prije 3 godine. Nakon što sam prošla trening od strane norveškog tima Wings of Desire i mi uglavnom inače održavamo suspension evente i performanse u Rijeci, Istri, nešto smo do sad radili u Sloveniji i sad smo u dogovoru s Ivanom Kraljem napravili ovdje prvu suspenziju na festivalu Novog cirkusa i ovo nam je drugi put da nastupamo u jedinstvu.
Kako si se uopće odlučila za suspenzije kao oblik izražavanja?
Ne znam, prvi put kad sam ih vidjela samo sam znala da je to nešto što moram napraviti.
Koliko si godina imala tada?
To nije bilo tako davno, 27.
Reci mi, evo rekla si da si se odlučila za Rijeku zbog toga što si iz tog grada, lakše ti je bilo možda organizirati neke stvari.
Ti su ljudi koji su pokazivali interes za to recimo, jer je nekakva ta alternativna scena koju smo razvili oko salona i svega bila već tu. Pokazivali su interes, sideshow i sve drugo dovodimo isto tako već 3 godine. Jednostavno postojali su ljudi koji su zainteresirani.
Vjerojatno ste otvoreni svima zainteresiranima da se priključe, jer imate nekakva ograničenja za ljude koji bi se možda htjeli baviti suspenzijama ili što recimo jedna osoba koja se time bavi mora posjedovati kao kvalitete od fizičke, psihičke spreme.
Čovjek koji se želi suspendirati ili onaj koji se želi baviti time?
Zar nije to isto? U čemu je razlika?
Pa mislim, postoje ljudi koji se samo suspendiraju, koji ne vješaju druge. Jednostavno to rade iz svog osobnog zadovoljstva. I postoje ljudi koji imaju želju i potrebu napraviti isto za druge, jer je njima na neki način recimo pomoglo u životu.
Jel ti možda bio drugačiji osjećaj nego prošli put na Ringišpilu? Onda recimo, čini mi se publika bila malo nepripremljena na suspenzije.
Bojali smo se jako večeras da će možda opet biti too much, ali valjda je ekipa bila probrana, Zagreb je oduševio i svaka čast.
Super, eto hvala ti Ana i sretno tebi i tvom timu u daljim pothvatima. Here we are with Jelly Boy the Clown. tell us how are you satisfied with tonight's show?
Absolutely satisfied, 100%. It was an amazing venue, theater in the round, which we haven't really done before, and I was really happy to do aerial performances mixed with the sideshow and the comedy, or the flesh suspension and the trapeze with the sword swallowing. I was really happy with that, yeah.
What can you tell us about Squidling Brothers? How long do you exist as an organized group?
Yeah, I believe that we've all been doing shows for years, at least 10 years, all of us. But we got together in maybe 2008 was our first Squidling Brothers as you know it now, with Rock Rocket and Lars Vegas and Betty Bloomers and Matters. We got together in Amsterdam for a show. Of course, we were the Squidling Brothers first in the United States, but I had met Rock Rocket in New York, in Coney Island, years before, and he overstayed his visa because he's from Germany. And so when he left, he was stuck in Europe. He could never come back to the United States.
For a bit?
I was wondering, how does your life in USA looks like? Do you all live together like in a big tent, or any other stereotypical way that people usually connect with circus?
Yeah.
Or how does it look like over there?
Well, the Squidling Brothers in the USA, we live together in a house in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it's a good house. It's got 3 floors, a basement, an attic, you know, and we live there with Betty Bloomers and Matter Squidling and our other friend, the Penguin, the illustrated penguin. Have you seen pictures of him on the internet? He's about 4'3", and he was born with the shortness of limbs, so his arms aren't even there. He has hands for his shoulders. And so he's had to deal with a lot of things throughout his life. So he became modified. He got all these piercings and tattoos all over his body, and he learned the circus sideshow. And we're living with him, and he's traveling separate sometimes, and a lot of the times with us. And we're a family, you know? It's a circus family, you know? We don't live in a tent, but anytime we get a chance to go into a tent and do our show, we love it. And we dream of making a tent.
You openly call yourself freaks.
Yeah.
Can you describe us the meaning of a term freak for you?
Well, the term freak has a few different meanings. There is the natural-born freak, which would be somebody like Penguin, who was born different physically, and other people would say, oh, look, he's a freak. And he would accept that and say, yeah, I am a freak. What are you going to do about it, you know? But then there's the self-made freak. Someone who's born feeling different in their mind, and so they change their appearance to be a freak. They change their appearance to be a freak to the rest of society on purpose. And then there are other people that do freakish things. They don't necessarily look like a freak, but they are a freak in their mind. And they do this sideshow stuff like sword swallowing. Like Betty's a sword swallower, I'm a sword swallower, so it's part of the freak show. So you know, people call it the circus sideshow, but over recent times, it's been accepted as the freak show, and it's something to celebrate, we think.
What are your abilities besides sword swallowing and sustaining heavy burnouts?
Well, you mean my circus abilities? Well, I am a very good fire breather. I can breathe big volcano blasts of fire. You know, I do like the pin cushion, so does Betty. We like the needles. But the thing is, all the acts, we have to share the acts. So somebody has a specialty and we say, okay, though we can do this act, this is your specialty. So each person gets their own domain of what acts they can do and can't do. But I'm more of a comedian, dancer, you know, costume changer. I like to think of myself as like a chameleon, shapeshifter kind of person.
Definitely a dancer. You're a dancer first. You're a dancer first. Born.
That's right.
Born dancer.
Let's get back.
Learn that.
Let's get back to freaks. When did you realize you were a freak? When did you co-opt the term for yourself?
Well, since I was young, I was always feeling like an outcast and always wanting to connect with the other people who felt on the outside in school and just in life. I always was very upset with bullies, picking on people who were different.
Were you picked on?
I was picked on to a point until I fought back. And then I started fighting back for other people who were having a harder time. But after a while, we kind of gathered together. But I don't think I was actually called a freak until I started doing the circus acts. And it goes way back, you know, to the old shows from the 1800s, the old American circus freak shows. But
further, to fakirs, to India,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
yoga, and things that were performed, you know, for royalty as an entertainment. You know, it's like belly dancing was something like this. Like it was performed for the pleasure of somebody who needed to be entertained, that was considered like a god amongst men.